Hi, my name is Dr. Chris Heim with DC, and welcome to my website. On this site, you're going to find some testimonials from some of our patients that have been suffering with chronic conditions, such as fibromyalgia, thyroid disorders, peripheral neuropathy, irritable bowel syndrome, type 2 diabetes. And these men and women have their life back. We're able to help them after they've been to doctor without any help. Many of them have visited some of the famous clinics and institutes with little or no help at all. Now, how do we do that when others had failed? I'm going to get that in a minute. Let me tell you how I got here. Helping other people that doctors say can't be helped. I was injured in the military. I had such pain I couldn't even shift a car with my right hand. I had to use my left side to do it. They took some x-rays, did some tests, and told me nothing's wrong. Prescribed me 3 different medications and told me to go to physical therapy. Which didn't really make sense to me. If nothing was wrong, how come I'm in constant pain, couldn't function, and why would you prescribe medication in physical therapy if nothing was wrong? I just didn't get it. And I suffered for a few more years, and then I met a Sergeant Stu who told me, hey, go see a chiropractor. I'm from a small town in Ohio, and I had no idea what one was, so I figured, what the heck. Started getting treated through the care, started to get my function back, able to get full range of motion, pain gone. That's when I decided that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to help other people get healed up naturally. I'm going to dedicate my life to helping others. I mean, I always wanted to be a doctor, but prescribing drugs, giving shots, and doing surgery, it just didn't resonate with me. So I finished up my work at Ohio State University, graduated from Logan College of Chiropractic in 1992. A few years later, my mom was in several severe auto accidents and developed post-traumatic fibromyalgia. She went to all types of doctors and clinics, and no one could help her out. I knew there had to be something to do to be able to help her, but I just had to figure out what that was. So that's when I decided I'm going to pour through the journals, the medical texts, the articles, and do continuing education in places like Johns Hopkins and Harvard. I traveled across the country to find the best teachers that I could find, often several times a month, to educate myself on functional neurology and functional endocrinology. Now, it was this intense study of the endocrinology and the neurology and immunology that led me to my greatest discovery, and that's this. Everything in the body affects everything else. I mean, in order to manage and treat a chronically ill patient correctly, you got to look at everything all at the same time. In the past year, I've graduated from Functional Medical University, completed over 350 hours of continuing education in functional neurology. I'm a charter member of the International Association of Functional Neurology and Rehabilitation, and I'm just starting on my my master's in neuroscience. And a chiropractic neurologist looks at the spine, looks at the nervous system, looks at the brain, and everything that's affected by it, functionally. Now, science has shown over the last years that the brain can change and create new connections based on stimulation that you give to it. I mean, it's been shown over and over again. It's possible to systematically diagnose specific areas of the brain and change those areas through non-invasive brain-based rehabilitation. And using this functional approach to the human body and how different systems and organs affect each other has enabled us to get some remarkable results with patients that have been given up on by their doctors and specialists. I mean, we've helped them turn their lives around. And it didn't take me long to realize, which many of you probably watching this have already found out, to this conclusion, that when a person has a health condition that's not life-threatening and there's no easy fix, our medical system can be pretty inadequate. Now, I'd see the desperation in the eyes of the patients that I was treating. I mean, they're yearning to have someone listen to them, to spend the time necessary with them, to put all the pieces of their health puzzle together to get to the bottom of what's happening to them. And most importantly, to help them break the chains their illness has placed upon their lives. I mean, I knew I had to engineer my clinic from the ground up to be able to be the doctor that I needed to be in order to help them. You know, I couldn't just rush in and out of the office with them in 5 or 10 minutes, which commonly happens in the insurance medical model. I knew I couldn't just get results with patients are looking for. I just did what most other doctors were doing, and that's accepting what the insurance companies were saying was medically necessary. I couldn't take a look at the body as if it was compartmentalized. It's much more complex than that. So I implemented what I discovered and ran the necessary tests in order to look and see the patient as a whole. And as we did this, we got more and more consistent and better results. And the referrals started pouring in. I mean, we've got patients drive from and fly in from out of state, even out of country, to see us. And my core philosophy is to treat the patient, not the diagnosis. When we see a patient, with a chronic condition, we sit down with them. We go over their entire case, no matter what their label's been given to them. We never rush them in out of the office. We get the results we do by first taking the time necessary to make the proper functional diagnosis, and second, working hand in hand with that individual on the factors that we know make the biggest impact in true healing. Diet, lifestyle, supplementation, and neurology. There's no other place like us. So if you have a chronic condition, this is the place for you. Please explore around our site, visit our blog, and see what's made us so popular.